Mussolini being a fascist, in his opinion of Italy, was much better than other countries, and other countries should fear Italy. He wanted to expand the power of Italy around the Mediterranean Sea to sort of imitate the Roman Empire. Mussolini's opinion of himself and Italy got bigger and bigger the more success he had in foreign policy. Mussolini's first success was the Corfu incident. At the time, both Greece and Albania claimed they owned the island of Corfu. This led to tensions between them, so the League of Nations and Mussolini stepped in. Mussolini sent 4 delegates to redraw the Greek-Albanian border, but they were shot and killed by soldiers. When this got back to Mussolini, he demanded that Greece pay 15 million lira in compensation. Greece originally refused because of this. Mussolini stationed the Italian army in Corfu, and he stationed them there until the compensation was paid. This was saw as a massive success for Mussolini and a growth of his ego. In the 1920s, Mussolini very much wanted to keep peace in Europe. In 1925, he signed the Locan Treaty as well as many other bills. This Locan Treaty meant Italy accepted the borders of the Treaty of Versailles. This is important because the Italians very much got ignored at the Treaty of Versailles, and they did not get any territories. Even though they were on the winning side. In 1928, Mussolini also signed the Canals Grand Pact. This treaty meant that no country would threaten war against each other. But there was a few problems. The first was the rise of power of Hitler. While Mussolini was happy that fascism was in power in another space, he did not like or trust Hitler. In the Treaty of Versailles, Germany and Austria were not allowed to become one, and Mussolini wanted to ensure the independence of Austria because he did not want Germany so close to the Italian border. So he helped the Austrian Prime Minister Dutch break up Nazi strikes in Austria. The Prime Minister of Austria was assassinated, so Hitler tried to use this as an excuse to send in soldiers to Austria, but Mussolini saw this coming, so he stationed the Italian army on the border, giving drills, and Hitler backed up. This gave Mussolini more confidence in himself and how he thinks people view Italy, but he was wrong. Mussolini had established full control of Italy now. He wanted to expand and build an empire like the great Roman empires of the past. His first target was Abyssinia. He used a border incident to build up his army in the area and attack in October 1935. This is one of the only times Italy had success on a war front. But this was not really surprising because Italy had tanks, planes and other modern weapons, unlike the Abyssinians who used spears. The empire held Sicily appealed to the League of Nations. The League of Nations condemned Italy and imposed economic sanctions, but they did not have any real effects because both Britain and France was still trading with Italy to keep them as friends. After his encounter with Hitler, Mussolini tried to strengthen his alliance. He made the Stresa Front with Britain and France. This was meant to keep peace in Europe. Mussolini hoped the Stresa Front would limit Hitler's ambition and he would be able to expand on his own empire. However, Britain and France had not signed it, and when the news came out that Britain and France were siding with an invading force, both Britain and France backed out of the Stresa Front. This is because of massive backlash from the public. Mussolini knew that Italy was isolated. He also realized that Italy had to have some alliances, so he turned to Hitler and he accepted the Rome-Berlin Axis, which was made in 1936, an agreement that if one country goes to war, so does the other. The Rome-Berlin Axis was formalized when the Pact of Steel was signed. Mussolini was now increasingly under Hitler's influence. This can be seen in the anti-Semitic laws that were passed at the time. Mussolini was originally against racial persecution, but due to the influence of Hitler, racial laws were brought in 1938. Now Jews were derived from Italy and their nationality was taken away. They were not allowed to have state jobs and they were not allowed to marry non-Jewish Italians, but many Italians objected and the Pope even got involved in protesting against the laws. These laws were one of the factors of decline in popularity for Mussolini. In March 1938, Mussolini was acting as the peacemaker in Munich to get an agreement between Germany and France and Britain over Czechoslovakia. But this incident showed how little power Mussolini had and how weak Italy was actually, because he was only there to be a peacemaker and not a strong leader of an even stronger country. By the beginning of the Second World War, Mussolini's popularity was in a massive decline. The popularity decline was damaging for Mussolini's influence. Mussolini was drawn into the war as he invited Hitler's success in Poland and France, but this was a fatal mistake on his part because his army was not ready to invade. Their weaknesses became abundantly clear. Mussolini failed to prepare for the Allies' invasion of Sicily and Italy, and this led to the downfall. He was removed by the King Victor Emmanuel and the fascist Grand Council and then imprisoned. This led to Hitler rescuing Mussolini, but the problem was he was put in charge of a puppet state that did not give him the respect that he wanted, and his popularity was not strong. This led to him being killed by the Italian people. And thank you everyone for listening to my explainer on Mussolini and Mussolini's foreign policy between 1920 and into the Second World War. Thanks everyone who's listening here today, much appreciated. Bye.